So today I'm talking about 2001: A Space Odyssey, directed by Stanley Kubrick. This is regarded as one of the best American films of all time. I just watched it for the first time, not really to review it because it's already been commented on by film experts that know much more than I do. And can certainly comment on it much better than I can. I'm going to be talking about my personal takes on the film. So especially that it's old now. It's from 1968. Warning, if you haven't seen this movie, there are major plot spoilers ahead. So if you don't want those, don't continue watching. So pacing was definitely my largest issue with the film. Just some practices haven't translated well over time, like about 3 minutes of complete blackness at the beginning while there was dramatic music building in the background. And also an intermission was a little jarring. Also, just overall, I found the pacing excruciatingly slow at points. And I understand, like, I looked at all the shots, and they are quite beautiful, but not all of them advance the plot by a lot. And I am very much a plot message driven person. And I feel like that's what movies should do. Same message could have been brought across probably in about 2 hours as opposed to 3. But the effects, oh my God, the effects were good. The effects still hold up today. If it weren't for the awkward pacing and the women's representation, I would not have known that this movie is from the 60s. The effects are just so good, they hold up today. I'm assuming they're all practical effects. CGI wasn't a thing, right? I was especially blown away by all of the walking along the walls shots, and I know theoretically how they did it. They turned the set, but man, just some of them are so cool. Like when people are on different parts at different times. Oh man, it was just so cool. So cool. That part was really cool. And the plot overall, definitely worth it to see. Just takes a long time to get there. There was one scene where a ship was actually flying fast, and man, that was really jarring. Thank God they went back to haltingly slow a frame after that, because I just couldn't take it. Seriously though, I think Kubrick was going for, I don't know, I can't comment on film giants like Kubrick like that, but it seemed to me like he was going for a more realistically paced thing, which is just not what I'm used to seeing movies now. Though the pacing definitely added to the suspense in a lot of scenes, especially when Hal was getting all murderous. The suspense was so real. But speaking of Hal, definitely my favorite character, by far. I understand why he's iconic, and I understand the references in the end of rap battle now, which is great. But he was the most human main character. He had emotions that I cared about, and the other actors were like creepily not. And I want to hope that was intentional, and it just means something that I really can't fathom, because they all sounded like, Hal, my friend is dying outside and you caused it. He's going to be alone at his death in the cold depths of space. Oh no. that's what the acting from Dave seemed like to me. It was just the most realistic scene in terms of acting was the scene where the guys were eating sandwiches on the ship on the way to the moon obelisk spot. Like they were like, oh, you got some ham? Oh, yeah, ham, yeah. It was like, that was the most realistic acting there. overall, I would say the movie was a very cerebral, but not a very emotional experience, and it was very pretty to look at, but it wasn't very interesting. Meaning that it was very thought-provoking. I'm still trying to comprehend things like the ending, which we'll get to in a second. But I never really cared much, except maybe when Hal died a little bit. Yeah. And it was very pretty to look at. All the shots were very nice, and again, the effects were beautiful, and God, the art department was so great. But it just wasn't enough to keep my interest throughout the film. I had to watch it in a couple different sittings. I couldn't watch it straight through. Yes, but the ending. Oh, so the ending has been talked about for years, since the movie came out back in '68. And Kubrick has refused to give any philosophical or deeper meaning to the ending. He's refused to say it in all interviews. He just says like, oh, this happens, and this happens, and this happens. So I'm here to offer my interpretation of the ending. Okay, I wrote this down, so bear with me. So after he murders Hal and learns about the aliens, psychopath Dave silently continues to Jupiter. No calls home to be like, yo, everybody be dead, but I'm still continuing the mission. Nah, that doesn't happen. He just continues on to Jupiter. He gets there, he takes a lot of space drugs, and looks at a bunch of alien art projects as he goes through a psychedelic wormhole. Once he's done with that, he's on a world that looks a lot like our Earth, but with funky color correction added in. The drugs wear off after he blinks them away, and he finds his space pod has landed in a hotel bedroom. He's older now, and the space pod's just gone. Someone's eating dinner alone, so that freaks him out. Oh wait, the dude eating is actually just older him. It's fine. He's got a fancy robe now, and he will not tolerate glasses on that table. Oh wait, actually he's super old and dying in the bed over there. He points dramatically at the black block looking at him, but it just watches him die. It looks kind of like Hal, and he just watched Hal die. So that's coming full circle there, I think. But oh wait, he's not dead. He's actually a fetus in the womb on top of the bed. Oh wait, now he's in space, and he's approaching Earth. He looks down at Earth, very disappointed in us. At the end. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Tell me what you think about this movie. It's if you've seen it. It's definitely a unique watching experience. I recommend seeing it at least once. I know I probably can't watch the full thing again. I'll skip through scenes if I feel like it. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more. Have a great week.
To prepare for this movie, I watched Rocky. I almost said Rambo. I watched Rocky 2. Yeah, you know, I just felt like everything that I wanted out of a Rocky.